Hey Gemini, this reading is for you guys. Let's get started here. Alrighty, so universe, what messages do you have for Gemini today? I didn't even get a chance to even finish what I was saying there, and she had some cards pop out for me. So let's see what we got. So we have material harvest, we have heartache and loss, temptation, power, and material and spiritual strength. I'm thinking we might be talking about two different aspects of your life. Looks like financially things are going to be going good for you. But relationship-wise, we might have some work to do. I'm going to keep pulling cards. We're going to keep building on this. It's got solitude, deception and envy, destiny, harmony, and rest and rejuvenate. Okay, so I'm getting an impression off of these cards of a relationship with someone who is jealous of your success. You're having financial success in your life, and they definitely wanted a piece of that. I feel like they were very jealous. Universe, if you could clarify these cards and help me to build on this story for Gemini, so you can paint an accurate picture of what's going on for them. I'm definitely feeling like the rest and rejuvenate and the solitude is the way of the universe's way of saying, the universe's way of saying to take care of yourself. Distracted by the card that fell. So I got the Two of Wands, which represents choosing a path. I think there's tough decision to make in your future here, or a decision that you've already made. I got the Ten of Swords, which represents something coming to a disappointing ending, but one that does benefit you in the long run, even though in the short term it really sucks. Just about to say, I wonder if you stepped away from this person, and then I pulled the separation card. So the thing about this card is it doesn't necessarily mean a permanent separation. Sometimes it speaks to the chance of reconciliation. I'm not sure if that's the case in this read. I'd have to pull some more cards. But I definitely feel like from the cards I've gotten so far that you had to step away from this person to look after yourself. I got the Six of Pentacles here. And it speaks of an even give and take, and I don't think that existed. I think because of your success, they were taking more than they were giving, or they were expecting you to give more than what was reasonable. I have the Strength card, which to me is very similar to the Power card. It's about an inner strength and an inner power, and taking control of your life and controlling your own destiny. I have the Eight of Wands here, which represents communication. So I don't know that this relationship is... I don't know if it's totally done. So I also got the Devil card here, which speaks of a destructive and manipulative force, and I think it speaks of this person that you were with. I have the Eight of Wands. And it can speak of new beginnings, but I'm not getting that vibe from it now. I'm getting more of a fiery, destructive vibe that ties in with this other person's energy. And because sometimes wands can speak to communication, I'm feeling like they might try and contact you if they haven't already. Or you're still in contact with this person. This separation isn't entirely permanent yet. If maybe you guys are just taking a break and getting some space. I also have the Ten of Pentacles here, which speaks of abundance. And I think that ties in with your material and spiritual prosperity. It can also speak to the sale of or purchase of a home. And I think because you're doing so well financially, I think there's a possibility that it's speaking to a new home as well. I have the Sun card as well. And for me, the Sun card is a good omen. It speaks of positive things coming your way. I have the Three of Pentacles, which also speaks of starting to see the payoff of things you've been working for. Good things manifesting, usually financially. So I think it ties in quite well with the other cards that speak of financial success in your life. I have the Two of Cups here, which represents relationships. And I have it next to the Eight of Swords, which represents having a hard time seeing the logic in a situation, feeling sort of blinded by your emotions, being tied up by your emotions, your fear and anxiety. So I wonder if you aren't wrestling with the decision to go back to this person, to go back to this relationship. I have the Five of Cups, which tends to represent being trapped in those negative emotions, so much so that you can't see positive opportunities around you. I feel like that person's pretty negative, just in general. I feel like it might hinder your success. You might get sucked into the negative thoughts and then have a hard time keeping up your success and your progress. I have the Hanging Man here, and to me he speaks of holding yourself back. Because you can see the chains are around his ankles, but they're loose, and he can get them undone if he chooses to. I feel like this person is kind of like dead weight. And they're going to keep you from succeeding. And if you choose to stay in that, then you're choosing to hold yourself back. You're choosing to hold yourself back from success. Because I feel like you're already being successful, and I feel like you're only going to get more so. But it's hard to do that if you're surrounded by negativity all the time. I have the Ace of Pentacles, which speaks of new beginnings financially. I think it also ties in with all of this abundance and just your financial success. Maybe there's more opportunities coming down the pipe even to build on your success. I have the Magician card here. He speaks of having all the tools that you need to be successful and all this. So I feel like in this, when I look at him, I see you already know what to do. It's up to you to choose to do it. So I feel like you already have an idea in your head of how you need to handle this situation. And you need to trust yourself enough to go ahead and action that. I have the Judgment card, and I feel like that ties into that as well. You really deciding on that, making that call, deciding on it, and following through with that plan. I have the Ace of Swords, which speaks of triumph. And I think of that decision, I think it speaks of that decision that you need to make, and it being the right one, and you know exactly what it is. I think you're just having a hard time doing it because of all the emotions that you're stuck in, just like the other cards we're speaking to, like the Eight of Swords, sort of being trapped in that and having a hard time seeing the truth. But I think you know what the truth is. I think you know what you need to do. I have the Temperance card, which represents a balance between logic and emotion. I think that also speaks to this situation and this choice that I feel like you're going to have to make, is being able to put emotion aside and look at things logically and what's best for you. I see the Three of Wands, which represents forward positive progress, with still keeping your eye on the goal. And I think that speaks to all your financial success. It's something that you've been working towards, and you've just been making positive progress the whole way, while still keeping your eye on your main goal. And I think it's only going to get better for you. I have the Nine of Pentacles here that also speaks of that as well, an abundance, a financial abundance. I think you're starting to see it now. And I think you're just going to keep building on it. It's going to get more and more. I'm going to pull a few more cards here. So I have intuition, universe, emotional withdrawal, and discontent and boredom. And for me, the universe card, when I see her, she tends to represent a universal life lesson, something that you need to learn that's going to set you up for the rest of your life and being successful. And I feel like that's what this situation is in dealing with this person. Because I feel like you got to hold on the financial thing. You got that cased. You don't need any advice with that. But in dealing with this person, in doing what's right for yourself, I feel like there's a lesson there. The emotional withdrawal and the discontent and boredom, I feel like those are warnings not to let negative people bleed their negativity into your life, because it tends to rub off on you as well, being around that all the time. And I feel like that's what this warning is not to let that happen, because it will hamper your success. To me, the intuition card ties in with the Magician and the Judgment, that you already know inside what you need to do. It's just a matter of trusting yourself and then taking that leap and doing it. Alrighty guys, I hope you found that helpful. If you enjoyed the read, please feel free to comment. I love to hear from you guys. Take care.